Beneath the cloak of a star-filled night, a lone elk hunter prepared to head out to find food for his village. It had been a harsh winter, and they had been unable to replenish their stores. As he stepped out of the warmth of the longhouse, the sharp winter wind bit at his skin, but it paled in comparison to the hunger that gnawed at his belly. After a difficult night's trek, the sun finally peeked over the horizon. In the distance, at the base of the ridge, something caught the light of the morning sun. What was this that seemed so alien to the landscape? The glistening ebony surface shimmered in stark contrast against the pristine white snow. As the hunter drew closer, he took a breath in awe. Lying on the ground was a leviathan beyond imagining, an orca whale stranded on the very earth it was never meant to touch. Fear wrestled with awe in the hunter's heart. The surface of the whale was marked with giant lacerations. The hunter knew that there was only one creature that could have plucked the whale from the sea and brought it here. As if to confirm his thoughts, the low rumble of thunder rolled across the trees in the distance. He had to return to the village and share what he had found, but perhaps they would not believe him. As he drew closer to the whale, he found a feather lying on the floor, as long as a canoe. He made his way back to the village. Whether it was the light of day, the decline of the journey, or the excitement of the news, the hunter returned in a fraction of the time it had taken to go out. Welcome to the mysteries of mythology, the Thunderbird. As the hunter emerged from the forest's edge, the village lay before him, a cluster of longhouses shrouded in the morning mist. The feather, a silent testament to his tale, fluttered behind him like a banner. The villagers gathered around, their eyes wide with disbelief and wonder as he told them of his encounter. The council of elders convened. Some said it was a gift from the great bird of the sky. Others feared the whale would not have been left so far away if the Thunderbird offered it as a gift. Hunger made some of the villagers bold, interrupting the elders, which they would never have dared before. A few cries soon turned into a mob, and against the protests of the elders, men and women paddled their canoes up from the mouth of the river to the prairie where the whale lay. The elk hunter wondered if what they were doing was right. His stomach growled only to be answered by another roll of thunder. By evening, the entire whale was cut to pieces, and the tribe had set up campfires and cooked meals in the place where they had found it. The canoes were laden with blubber and oil, which would last them many more moons. The villagers rejoiced, feeling relieved to no longer endure such strong hunger. But as the sun began to set, the hunter looked to the horizon and saw darkness approaching swiftly. At first, he thought it was just the night coming in, but it was moving far too fast. The hunter froze with what he saw next. Though he could not see its full body, he saw the belly of a giant bird drawing towards them, occasionally the tip of its beak piercing the clouds. And with each flap of its wings, thunder shook the earth. For a moment, he saw the glowing eyes of the Thunderbird, and as it blinked, a flash of lightning lit the sky as if it was day again. The terrible truth dawned on the villagers. The whale had not been a gift. Initially, it began to rain. The rain turned to hail, and the hail grew as large as rocks. The villagers screamed as they tried to run away, but the hail beat them to the ground. In the horror of the situation, something worse was about to happen. One by one, the villagers that had eaten the meat of the Thunderbird's whale began to turn to stone. Where moments before there had been a bustling prairie of villagers, now stood a silent field of stone figures. The Thunderbird, exacting its wrath, returned to the horizon, leaving a clear, sunny sky in its wake. When the elders finally arrived, they found the prairie filled with rocks from one end to the other. they could still make out the great head and ribs of the whale, also turned to stone. The story of the stolen whale is one of many tales and variations of the powerful Thunderbird. A key point to consider is that the term native or indigenous American is often associated with a single or similar civilization. However, there are 626 federally registered tribes in the United States, spread out over diverse landscapes such as grassy plains, deserts, mountains, and wetlands, and even more when you account for variations and unregistered tribes. The differences in culture, faith, and language among the ancient tribes were as varied as those between the French and the Japanese. Despite these differences, the tale of the Thunderbird is a common thread that weaves through the mythology of tribes from the tip of South America to the Arctic regions of Canada. The Anishinaabe, also known as the Ojibwe in the Great Lakes region, hold the Thunderbird as a sacred and powerful guardian. This supernatural entity, known in their language as Animiki, is believed to create rain, wind, and thunderstorms with its wings and eyes. The thunder is said to be the sound of the Thunderbirds striking their wings against the hills, while the lightning is attributed to the flashing of their eyes. The Thunderbird in Ojibwe mythology is a creation of Nanabojo, a spirit in Anishinaabe storytelling, tasked with fighting underwater creatures and protecting humans from evil spirits. These Thunderbirds are seen as spirits of the sky realm, linking the physical and spiritual worlds, and revered as protectors. They are said to bring storms from the south during spring and take them away in autumn. The Thunderbird's image is prominent in Anishinaabe culture, featuring in art, totem poles, rock art, and other cultural artifacts. For the Menominee tribe of Wisconsin, the Thunderbird holds a special place as a guardian of noble character. They believe the Thunderbird resides atop a floating mountain in the sky, controlling the rains. Each Thunderbird is thought to represent different aspects of nature, symbolized through various colors and directions. In their stories, these Thunderbirds are also warriors who battle against great horned snakes, known as Misikinubik, to protect mankind. The Lakota people view the Thunderbird as a sacred and formidable force. Envisioned as colossal eagles, their wings are said to create thunder as they clap across the plains. The Lakota associate the Thunderbird with hunting success and the unpredictable forces of nature. The Haida of the northwest coast describe the Thunderbird as a shape-shifting entity capable of carrying a lake on its back. This portrayal links the Thunderbird to the mysteries of rain and the sea, emphasizing its power over the natural world. There are many more variations of the Thunderbird myth, from the backward-speaking Thunderbird of Shawnee mythology to the rain-bringing and life-affirming symbol in the Hopi and Zuni cultures of the Southwest. This diversity shows the Thunderbird's significance, whether seen as a powerful protector, a bridge between the physical and spiritual realms, or an emblem of natural forces. The Thunderbird's legacy transcends the boundaries of ancient myths and enters the realm of modern culture. Its name graces sports teams, inspires characters in popular media like the Harry Potter franchise, and even lends itself to the iconic Ford Thunderbird car. While the Thunderbird soars in the realm of legend, it also flutters at the edges of scientific curiosity. Scholars and historians have pondered the roots of the Thunderbird myth, with some proposing that it could stem from ancient encounters with real creatures. Some theorize that the origins of the Thunderbird may have come from ancient discoveries of pterosaur fossils, a large prehistoric flying reptile. But the Thunderbird's depictions with feathered wings and bird-like features differ from the reptilian pterosaurs, suggesting a unique creation influenced by cultural and spiritual values. Another theory links the thunderbird to Pterotornis merriami, a massive extinct bird, proposing that its encounters with early Native Americans inspired the legend. Adding to the mystery, historical accounts and modern sightings of giant birds keep the thunderbird alive in our imagination, bridging myth and possible reality. Other claims of its existence came from the late 19th century tales of cowboys encountering giant bird-like creatures in Arizona to modern reports of enormous birds silhouetted against the sky, although none of this has been validated. This might be a good time to please the gods of mythology with a quick ritual. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and strike the bell for notifications. The stories and beliefs surrounding the thunderbird underscore the richness and diversity of Native American cultures. From the Menominee's floating mountain dwellers to the Ojibwe's moral enforcers, each tribe's interpretation of the thunderbird reflects its unique worldview and relationship with nature. These tales, passed down through generations, are not just relics of the past, but living narratives that continue to shape tribal identities and values today. The thunderbird, a creature of myth and legend, holds profound wisdom for us all. It invites us to look beyond the surface, to explore the depths of our cultural heritage, and to learn from the rich tapestry of stories that shape our understanding of the world. As we navigate the complexities of modern life, the thunderbird stands as a sentinel, urging us to remember our roots, respect the forces of nature, and live with a sense of responsibility and awe for the world around us. Share your stories and experiences related to the thunderbird or other Native American myths in the comments below.